If I just take you through the materials that I'm using for this week's painting. So you can see the palette I'm using, the choice of palette is the Schmincke Horadam range. These are individual paints that I've collected and popped into my palette. And the sort of bottom four right hand side are the super granulating paints. And as always, I'm using my 1-inch hake brush. This is a really nice brush to get plenty of water down in for the first washes. And then these two brushes will be coming into play. I've got the isabay 2.0 and then the liner brush which you saw, which is size 2. And then as always, I'll be using my credit card just to scrape out some highlights, some rocks, things like that. So I'll start off with my number 1 hake brush just to wet the surface of the sky. Now I want to make an interesting sky. This is the main sort of focus of this painting. And so I'll be starting with just a touch of yellow ochre, just a light mix, just to put the first colour down. Then this will give a little bit of warmth into the sky. I'll have a little bit of that nice warm yellow ochre popping through the sky, so it'll look quite nice. So it's quite a light mix at the moment. I don't want anything too heavy. And then I'll be adding some blue to the sky and mixing a little bit of grey sort of mix. So this is just a French ultramarine. You could use ultramarine blue or cerulean blue, either way, just for a nice sky. And then just add in a little bit of red to that blue, just to give it a little bit of a grey purple sort of colour. So just letting all these mix, and you can see I'm letting my colours mix on the paper. Letting the paint come straight down this time. Usually I like to tilt the paper, turn it on its side so the paint comes down at an angle. But I just thought I'd leave this one and let it come straight down just for a change. And you can see I've also added a little bit of burnt sienna as well. You can see a little bit of red in the bottom corner. So I want to just darken the edges a slight bit more. So I'm using a little bit more heavy pigment, less water. And I want that light to sort of remain in the middle. So just a bit more of the blue, a bit more of the red, and just keep going with my mix. And then just to level off at the bottom, I will be adding some mountains of some sort or some sort of land. But you can see the granulation that's going on here, and that's why I really like these horadam paints. You can see the way they mix and just the way they granulate, which I really like in watercolour. And then I'm just popping in a bit of a headland. And this is just basically the same colour as the grey that I put in the sky. So a bit of ultramarine, a bit of red, and maybe a touch of Payne's grey. And that just to give me the shape of the headland. And I'll be adding another one to the other side. So I'm just adding a little bit of a different colour towards the bottom. That's what I like to do sometimes. Once I get a colour down, just drop in another colour and let it just mix, just to add a little bit of interest. So it could be trees or a bit of foliage or something like that. And so just using the same sort of mix to do the other side. And now I want some of that sky colour reflecting in the water. There's a body of water in the bottom part of this scene. Again, this is a made up scene. It's just something that I wanted to just quickly put down. It's been quite I've been off work for four days, and this painting's been on my easel for the whole time. So I've been a bit not lazy, just had a few problems. I don't want to bore you with that. Just struggled to get this one finished, although it's a really simple painting. Like I said, I just wanted to focus mostly on the sky, just get that sky nice and interesting, and then it's just figuring out what to do in the foreground. So I'm going back into the headland. I want a few layers to this. Now this could be inspired. My hometown where I was brought up, we have lots of reservoirs, freshwater reservoirs, I think, where we get the local tap waters from. And there's all sorts of these reservoirs around. So it could be inspired by something like that, with lots of scenery like this. But then I'm adding a little bit of interest, just a bit of red to the bottom of this. Just break that colour up, just add a bit of interest. Just got to keep thinking of what can I add to make this more interesting. What can I add to make this more pleasing on the eye? And just more of an experiment more than anything. I didn't really have much of an idea what to paint, so I'm just sort of winging it, and I'm just dropping in different colours there, and there could be trees on the hillside. So just strengthening up the left hand side, the left hand sort of bit of land coming out, just darkening that. And now I want to add a little bit of foreground, so something that will, it's almost framing the picture. So as you're looking in, you've got your eyes focused on the middle. So I'm just using my number 1-inch hake brush yet again. Just dabbing in some dark colours at the moment. I'm not too fussed. You can see I'm not fussing over this painting. Everything's quite straightforward, quite simple. Didn't spend a lot of time on the sky, really. Didn't spend a lot of time doing any of the, there's not much detail. Just wanted something quite simple this week. And so just keeping things quite limited, including the colours that I'm using. Probably 4 or 5 colours, and that's it. And just keeping things nice and easy. So I've got a little bit of water going on, and you can see just a few ripples as well. I just did that by going side to side with my hake brush on its side, and then just dabbing in different colours for this. I think I'm going to have some rocks, some sort of, for these reservoirs we have lots of stone walls, so it could be the same sort of thing. Like I said, I didn't really have any idea when I started this painting. Just wanted to get a nice sky down, and then it just sort of followed from there. So I will be using my favourite technique, using the credit card. If you've been on my channel before, you've probably seen this done many times. But I'm just popping in little dark bits of colour, and this almost looks like a stone wall even before I use my credit card, which is probably quite a good thing. Quite easy to make this into a wall or some rocks or some sort of formation. So you'll see how I do that in a sec. I do have like 4 different sort of bits of card that I like to use, but you can see that the part that I do like to use is the rounded corner, just so it's not so scratchy, it doesn't damage your paper, and it gives you a bit more control over the scrape. Sorry, you can't really see with my hand being in the way, but you can see the way I'm just taking that, scraping that pigment out, and that's giving me these nice rocks and sort of a dry stone wall effect. I will be, as always, I will be going back in and adding some darker tones to this once it's almost dry. I'll be just adding a little bit more detail to that. And I'm thinking of adding a bit of a tree of some sort and add some colour into this painting as well. So to test the paint, seeing if it's dry enough, you can just go in with a brush and just start pulling up on the paint and see what happens. If your paint's still wet, then you can sort of still paint with it. You're just pulling the paint up into branches and twigs and all these sort of things growing out of the wall, and that's a good way you can test whether the paint's dry or not. Oh, I forgot using this brush as well. It's a Da Vinci. I think it's a mix. It's a mix, a synthetic and natural brush. Just a nice small brush that I've got, and this is nice for stuff like the branches. I didn't want to chance it with the liner brush, because that would have gone all over and I would have messed that up. But using this one just to create just a few branches and finish this tree. You can see the way I've done this tree, just dropping different colours in, using the tip of the brush just to give me the shape of the foliage, which is quite nice, and then just letting the colours mix together on the paper. I wanted some red, some yellow, some green, and then some darker sort of tones in between as well. Just something a little bit different. Like I said, just making this scene up, so it's really up to you what you include in these paintings, but just something quite different, something quite nice. There's quite a lot of light in this scene, so I'm just adding a little bit more yellow tone mixed to the water, just to get rid of some more of that white. But that's pretty much it. I wanted to keep this one simple, keep this one quite short as well. So if you do have any comments, then please leave those in the comment section. Please do give us a thumbs up. I do appreciate that. It just helps the algorithm push the video out to more people, and obviously the more people watch it, the more the algorithm just gets my channel out there, helps me to grow, which is really appreciated. But you can see the way I've done this painting, quite a simple one. Like I said, I've had quite an interesting week, let's say. A few challenges. I've been off work, and so I've struggled really even to do this one and get this one finished. But I really hope you enjoy it. I hope you've get something out of it. You can see just adding a few more darker tones now to the wall. That just helps things pop a little bit more, and it's always nice to do when you've scraped out some highlights. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you've not subscribed to my channel, I do have many other videos like this on my channel. I have a few playlists now for beginners, which I do recommend you check out and enjoy. Let me know what you think. Well, that's it for this week's painting. Like I said, quite simple. I just love the way the sky always comes out. I don't know, I think it's about applying the right amount of water to pigment, having an angle on the paper so that the pigment sort of mixes and comes down, and then you get all these granulating effects. And I guess it depends on the paint that you use, but with these schmincke horadam paints you do get a nice granulation in those. And then, as always, it wouldn't be complete if I didn't add just a few birds here and there. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Do check out my other videos. But that's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.